I laughed at the end when he picks up that flag off of that desk and unfurls it to see the swastika.
Mm-hmm.
I said, every time this motherfucker goes to Argus, he gets some bad news from a flag.
You are listening to DC On Screen.
On this episode of DC On Screen, we are talking about Peacemaker 206, Ignorance is Chris. I'm your host, David C. Roberson. This is my trusty co-host, Jason Goss.
Hello.
All right, man. Well, shit. We're finally there.
Mm-hmm.
We are finally at the 6th episode, the much hallowed, the much hyped episode 6. Just as some jackass with a loud muffler rides by my house.
That's beautiful.
Fuck.
That's fantastic.
Fuck that asshole. Fuck him every day. Multiple
was
times
it?
a day. Yeah. Anyway.
Part of me wants to be like, was it a black guy? Go get him.
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, actually. Blame where due. It is a wiry little white dude who just, I imagine, has the smallest dick in the world.
Yeah. It sometimes be that way. So we're in the Naziverse.
Mm-hmm.
We are for sure.
Maybe.
Squarely in the Naziverse.
Maybe. It's funny. I saw the swastika.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought...
Now, what's the Nazi adjacent theory?
Well, I think it's funny because this whole time you've been like, I don't think so. Maybe it is. But I kind of don't think so. And I'm going, no, it is. It definitely is. It definitely is. It definitely is. Now that I've
now
seen...
like a record of my resolve weakening over the course of several weeks.
But now that I've seen the swastika on the American flag, I'm going to go like, oh, man, though. Yeah, everyone is like, fuck. I'm seeing everybody online going, fuck. What? I can't believe we called it. Everybody knew what the twist was at the very beginning. I'm not sure you do. I'm wondering if the twist is we didn't lose the war. We just started it in this universe. Like, Americans either didn't lose it, they just like wholeheartedly agreed to it. No.
So here's the funny thing. I didn't even think about this. I may have this wrong. I've told 2 people today this. So I may have been misinforming. My take on this was it's more like we won World War II like we normally do. It's just that we picked the Nazis.
Yeah.
Like, we came in and big swing and dicked that thing like we claim to have done in the history of the whole thing. But we were just like, yeah, but we're gonna do the killing better though.
We like this one better.
We're gonna do the genocide part better. Mm-hmm. You can step out of the way there, little guy. Thanks for getting it started there, Adolf. That's for some reason the version of events in my head, which both of ours would work for this, as far as we know.
Yeah, no, I think there might be another twist coming in as far as like, is it just America? Has the world moved on from Nazism and it's just America, or did they just like give into it and help the Nazis conquer the earth? I don't know, like. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying, oh, we lost the war. We lost the war. I'm not sure that's what happened here.
Yeah. In my version of events, we did straight up just win that war.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you that. I'm basing that off the book that me and you were talking about, I think off air.
I don't know.
Yeah. You came over the other night. We were trying to find stuff. Yeah. The other night, me and you were trying to find this while you were here.
I like how I have no memory. I remember I went over there and I ate Taco Bell and you played piano.
Mm-hmm. And then I zoned out for 2 hours. Woke up, said it's been a good night, headed back home.
I will say
I had a great time. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if you remember or if you could tell. I was in a tremendous amount of pain. You were
holding it together pretty well. I think you just wanted to kind of get out for a second, maybe, and then the joy of getting out for a second immediately expired the moment you had to stand somewhere in an uncomfortable room for a second. But you did pretty well.
Yeah, my neck and shoulder and back have just been awful.
Yeah,
just awful.
It has been a ride. Or rather, it has been very stationary.
Apparently, I have a protrusion in my C5, something or other, and impinged nerve, and etc. and so forth. Honestly, I try to not take painkillers too much, but I did. At some point, I was just like, got to get the fuck home and take some painkillers.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were we looking for?
We went back through the alternate, the altverse, whatever scenes.
Okay.
Somebody had said something about like there was an ashtray that if you looked at it the right way had a Nazi symbol on it.
Right. The book, the American blank
Century.
Yeah, the American Century.
I think that was it. It was the book called The American Century, and for some reason the vibe me and you had off that. I don't remember if you had found it somewhere. I think you found it somewhere.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah,
was that's kind of like a book about. It's sort of a version of the 1900s where basically America went all imperial. Like we went full British on everything. Mm-hmm. Which, if that's something that exists in that universe, means that we got a little expansive there for a second. Yeah. And it probably didn't go well for any persons that aren't represented in these shots so far.
Right. I mean, did you... Mm-hmm. What Keith yelled at when he got out of that truck and saw Adebayo, and he said... One got out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So some questions about where we'd be going that we can immediately get into is I wonder. I mean, well, first of all, Judo Master's already in here. I don't know what that would mean. If it really is a World War II kind of situation, I do not know where anyone of Asian descent lands on this whole spectrum of who the fuck's in what. I
don't know.
The X universe.
But spoilers for next episode. In the little trailer, we see him, Judo Master, in the quantum chamber as they're trying to get back. Like they're like helping carry Adebayo.
Okay.
So he's there.
He's chill. Okay.
But it does look like somebody's coming in after him, and it looks like Harcourt is on the ground with a gun pointed at somebody. I don't know what's happening, but
I mean, what my worry was we didn't see in this episode. He's actually the guest coming up on the next episode of the podcast.
Okay.
I met that for some reason.
The James Gunn podcast, not ours.
Yeah, do not interpret that to mean ours.
No.
No. So he's on the next one, which could be coincidence, could mean that Judo Master has a big deal coming up. Mm-hmm. Likely the second one. But yeah, I wondered where that would leave him. Feels like everybody's gonna have to team up to get the fuck out of there. Like it's gonna be everybody's 11th Street kid if it'll get us the hell out of this universe.
Right.
Yeah, they're friendly anyway when it comes down to it. Frenemish.
I guess.
I think there's a mutual respect in there.
I don't know about respect. I mean, I'm all for yes and, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you there a little.
I don't know. If you've tried to kill each other, I think there's got to be a little bit of respect to it.
Yeah, especially if you're both still alive. Like,
yeah.
Worthy fucking adversary.
If you're discussing this in past tense, I've got an understanding with that individual, I assume.
Yeah, I could see that.
Hell, we're closer than my best friends probably at that point.
Yeah. Good God.
That actually is a good point. If I ever find myself in the situation where I've mutually tried to kill and been tried to kill by someone, I will presume that I'm going to reach out and try to make sure we get to know each other a little bit better.
Sure. Just find that one little nugget, that one little mental, God, I can't even think of the term now. Achilles heel. Yeah. That would push you over the edge. And then you can actually mourn. Like full Joker and the man who killed Batman.
Well, in this scenario I've created, it's kind of sweet that or there's a sweetness to it that I kind of want to go, create a new friend. But I can't go about this plan without creating a plan to make a felony. So
right,
it's really just a non-starter.
Yeah, maybe a non-starter is what it should be.
Yeah, best to leave things in speculation sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I have to admit, I laughed when Adrian said Dad's not gay in this universe. Mm-hmm. And then I went, oh, fuck, it's a Nazi regime. He might be gay, but he did not come out.
Yeah. I didn't catch that until it was mentioned later. As he's saying that, they're super stiff on the couch. And I kind of saw that scene. It's all happening. There's a lot going on.
They both look unhappy.
Yeah, they definitely don't look. These are not happy people. All that made sense when it got pointed out later. It's done specifically that way.
Now, let me ask you this. I haven't seen anybody say this online. But with that in mind, is that where Chris was going? remember his brother said you've been disappearing the last few nights, last few weeks, whatever it was. Don't tell anybody where you're going. Is he going to fuck dudes? So we know he's bi. And they were very, 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 very vague about who he cheated on Harcourt with. Or the alt Peacemaker, who the alt Peacemaker cheated on her with.
True. I mean, that would put another stake in the heart. Like, we're going to hate Keith and this, what's his dad's name? Augie. We're going to hate these two.
Oh,
we already do. But it's going to be bad over the next hour or so of television.
Well, probably just an hour.
It's an hour or so.
About 45 minutes if we're lucky.
Yeah. With commercials.
There's no commercials.
I'll throw in a couple of spice it up. Really flesh things out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if we throw in some good old fashioned, he was having to hide himself from his family's homophobia on top of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna up the ante.
No. Now, did you see the clip? What?
Damn near have to go scene for scene on this episode. It's gonna be, not that we should in order, but like, goddamn, it's just too thick.
Yeah, in order is not going to happen.
No.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Did you see the clip of the Peacemaker show that Gunn does that he put out, I think today, where he said originally it was going to be Vigilante coming into the alternate Vigilante's house and then seeing it was the mom was making out with John Economos?
Yeah. Yeah.
This one hit the real one hits harder, but that's funny. I kind of wanted to see that.
Like the real one, the edit is better. Universe building. It's better writing.
Yes.
The first one's funny as shit, though.
Uh-huh.
It just, you can see how well he would have played that. It was one of the funnier parts of the episode. It's just him kind of giggling, like, oh my God, in my universe, that's a squirrel. Like,
or a chipmunk or whatever it was.
Whichever the other one was, yeah.
Oh man, it's 6 cats. What would 6 cats have to talk about?
Yeah. It's supposed to just have 2 or something like that.
Yeah. That was all a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. He's an absolute delight. But as Gunn pointed out on this episode, Vigilante is absolutely unsalvageable as a character and a person. It's just that he's charming and played so well. Otherwise, we should hate this person.
Uh-huh.
We just kind of don't. It's hard to. How are you going to like him? I want to ask him spider facts.
Dude, I love my wife.
Uh-huh. This is about to get very gay.
What? No,
this is
it's not. It's not. No.
I felt like we were about to go down. Like, okay, cool,
dude. It just cracked me up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're watching this thing, and we're watching Vigilante run around, duck behind bushes and shit in an alternate universe, in an alternate Nazi universe.
Uh-huh.
He goes into his house, which happens to be open. He goes downstairs. The part where my wife noped out on suspension of disbelief was that the keys worked.
See, so here's the thing. The jumping in the bush was a problem for me this episode.
Yeah.
That was rough. That was too much. Like
I didn't think it was too much. I laughed.
I laughed, but like I laughed in a way that I had to forgive the show for what it just did to me. Even while he's kind of laughing at the other stuff. Honestly, that was part of the reason I didn't catch when he was walking through and saying like, "Oh, my dad, dad's not gay here." Like I didn't fully get through the scene. Like I was still a little bit worried about the bush when that happened.
Uh-huh. What were you worried about the bush for?
It just drew me out of the scene a lot.
Oh,
like,
it didn't.
It drew me into. I was watching a show a little too much.
I will tell you why it didn't draw me out.
Mm-hmm.
It's broad daylight. Adrian absolutely seems like the type who would be walking along, forget that he is in a costume,
mm-hmm.
and was carrying a fucking machete. Sees the car, goes, "Oh shit, I'm in a costume." Would duck behind the bush, wait for the car to pass, and then come back out and keep walking. Like that feels like something that an idiot like Adrian would do.
It does, but like I was already kind of anticipating the scene with Debauch later.
Yeah. Also, like that's also
where like just walking around in the neighborhood and being conspicuous is a problem. So when I saw him jump into a bush, and I'm literally expecting that scene in a few minutes.
Yeah. That's the other part, though, is that, like, this is a universe where watching a dude running around in a ski outfit and a mask with a machete is not as crazy as seeing a black lady.
No, but two things were happening.
And you know white people be walking around in some fucked up stuff, carrying around big-ass knives.
Probably.
Like, I remember seeing, not even probably, when I was growing up, like, when I would go hang out with my buddy Matt in Prattville, like, there would be white teenage boys walking around with fucking machetes and shit. Like,
no, there was a day driving to work a few years back where I literally saw a guy with a sword in one city, like a long sword, like a proper long or broad or whatever you want to call it. But this was like a 4-foot sword strapped to his back. I saw him walk along the highway, went to work, came out of a 12-hour shift. He was in another city walking in a similar direction. Mm-hmm. And my first thought was, how did he not get arrested by this point?
Because he wasn't black.
That genuinely was the only thing. Yeah. Like,
That's it.
That's got to fucking be.
Sad to say.
That's where we live, man. What was I going to tell you about before? But Vigilante in the bush. It was something about how it drew me out. Oh, yeah. So that was what pulled me out a little bit was just, I really, really genuinely, like, beat for beat, knew it was going to be Adebayo was walking around outside. And then, to see him do that, it pulled me out. So I was, having to be like, all right, he can't be walking around and that not be a problem, but he's in a costume. And then I was also trying to get my bearings about, does everyone on this street know who he is? Does that mean everyone on our street knows who he is? Like in our place, he's just walking around. Like there's probably a 6-year-old playing outside. Like, like no one's shouting at him. Like no one is worried about this at all. That car was pretty close. No one gave a shit. So I'm having to decide in that moment, like, is the show going too far here about not taking that seriously, or is it in universe that he is definitely like everyone just knows who he is? And if that's the case, I had to keep going, okay, well, does that mean that he's just oblivious and he thinks he's getting away with it? Or is he actually a little bit sneaky? Or is he just everyone's so threatened they're not saying a fucking word to him? I was doing a lot of mental math here while he was walking through and talking about the chipmunk and the squirrels and the cats.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm okay with people just not noticing. Or maybe they think that, that's their son. He's a little off. Look, I had that guy growing up, in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood, it was a black guy, and we were just like, he's going to do some weird shit. He's going to have a machete or a knife sometimes. Sometimes he's going to have a Bible, and he's going to be beating the hell out of it and acting like a preacher, but he's not saying any words. Like, we have that guy.
Yeah, we had a young gentleman.
And like,
reminds me of.
Yeah, like I think it also depends on the neighborhood. Like, my neighborhood growing up, it was mostly black, and white cops would come down the street and they'd see him hanging out and they'd roll down the window and be like, "Hey," and he'd just like switch it off, dude. Like he'd be like, "What's going on?" And they just have like a normal conversation, like, "You doing all right today? You're not messing around with that, all right?" No, I'm good. Okay. Well, you go to work today? Yeah. They come get me at 4. Okay. And they would come a shuttle would come and pick him up because he was not okay. And they would take him to an Arby's where he would work for several hours. And then he would come back and stand in the yard and yell at imaginary women. I do think, yes, there is absolutely, the racism and shit. But at the same time, sometimes you will just have here's a neighborhood and this is a person who is, XYZ, and we all know that person is XYZ, and nobody bothers that person. They don't ever actually do anything. They're just not okay.
And
his mom makes good collard greens, and we're all friends.
I have the vaguest memory of just one house where I kept being told to be a little bit careful. I never quite understood why, and then we didn't go over there a lot.
Yeah,
it was very young for that one, but there was a very young memory.
So I'm pretty sure there's a case to be made without any other context. There's a case to be made, I think, for everyone just going oh, that's just the Chase's boy.
Yeah.
He's just gonna run around and jump behind some bushes and hack down some stray branches. We don't know what he does, but everything seems okay.
I mean, sure. And
he's been there for years. I don't know.
Yeah, at me and age as a kid, I would have been the one that was running around play acting with whatever I was calling a sword.
Yeah,
but
I've literally watched you hack at a fucking rose bush as a grown man.
Yeah, had a great time.
Your poor legs didn't, but
yeah. Still have scars. Every scar is a good laugh. Several. I usually get repeat out on this.
Yeah,
but weirdly enough, the part that she bounced on, for me, completely sold, because every time he puts in a key, he acts so excited that actually works.
Yeah.
Like, in the scene, I bought that he didn't expect it to at all.
Right. Me too.
Which would work.
Also, I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, you've bought into a multiverse. Everything is the same, except everything's a little off.
Yeah.
Or lots of things are a little off. I can trust keys. I can go with keys.
If you do the actual math on a multiverse, the stupidly high number versus the kind where you would find anything like a similar universe, or the old philosophy example of like, oh, it's the same exact universe, everything's precisely the same except you have one more hair on your head than the other universe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, imagine now that you have it's the same, but there's two. Imagine it's the same, but there's three.
Right.
Okay, every other person on the planet do that the same. Okay, every other creature. The number's so fucking big. There's no way it's 100 doors. There's no way 100 doors is already suspension of disbelief. That's just fuck off. You're buying so much.
Oh yeah, you have to buy a lot. But that's the whole premise of the multiverse, and from its theoretical creation in the real world.
Yeah.
Is that everything is possible.
Yeah.
Every world is a thing.
That cuts both ways. To me at least, you could balk because the whole idea is just worthless. But that means like every time you get into a universe, it has to be so different that it's not even worth trying to call it another universe. Like, stop it. Yeah. If you're trying to tell this kind of story,
yeah,
there have to be some similarities.
Yeah.
And at that point, it would be hard to argue one way or the other about whether you've cherry picked the similarities.
Yeah. I'm just saying you gotta have the beat where Quinn checks the fence to see if it squeaks, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Now,
Sliders reference for anyone who doesn't know what that is.
An old ass reference. An old syndicated at best reference is what that is.
It was on Fox, and then it was on Sci-Fi Channel.
I caught it in syndication, and I was very young, I believe.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I think I caught that regular.
Yeah. Dude, I was there on the night it premiered. I watched the fucking pilot live.
Nice.
I was so excited about that shit.
Live, next to the projector.
Uh-huh.
I very much got my wish on the Vigilantes. Like,
yes.
They were great. They were great together.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little worried about what's about to happen.
Me too. I feel like those two are going to try to work it out. But if I feel like you could maybe pick a favorite of the things, but easily the best bit of comedy between them, I think, was can you pee when something's touching your ass? It's like, can you pee when something's touching your bare ass? And he responds, and the editing is key. There's not a missing second. Nope. And I look down on everyone who can. Like, so fucking.
Uh-huh.
It's so like, he didn't even do it like that. Nope. And I look down on everyone who can. Like, it's an excitement that man, he plays a beautiful fucking Adrian.
Yeah, he does. So yeah, worried about what he's gonna do, how those two are gonna work things out. Hopefully, they're both smart enough in some way to be like, oh, things must be totally different with Peacemaker than over there.
Yeah.
Like my Peacemaker's not a Nazi. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I hope they don't just become villains, and I really hope it doesn't become like I'm the real one. That thing that we always talk about. We hate.
There was he did discuss that he thought about keeping around the original Chris longer. That got that was an edit that went away. The original Chris stayed for a few episodes. I would not have preferred that. I'm glad the first Chris died on the first episode, but the other Chris died.
Yep.
Happy about that edit.
Very happy about that. Overall, like
I just clicked back to the episode and there he is jumping in the bush.
There is something to be said for like, I really would have liked to have had like a real conversation between the two Chris's. But I always want that. I always want the, before trilogy version of things where it's like, I just want 2 hours of a conversation.
Well, all right. So this is an interesting part. On the one hand, that would give up the ghost too easy, right? Like that.
Sure.
If those two talked for any more than they did already, we would know way more than we're supposed to about this universe.
I know.
At the same time, the only real qualm I've had with this so far, and like, here's the funny thing about episode 6 for me is like, I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the other episodes. Really? I like every scene individually, but I wasn't able to enjoy it as much because I wanted to just get to the Nazi part.
Yeah.
That held off way too long for me. In the course of this season, I needed to get through that part earlier in this episode. And like every piece of it needed to be there and all this stuff. But like, I wanted that question answered. The anticipation going into 6 was I would have that answered. And we went out with it answered. It's my only real calm with it.
Okay. So overall, I do think that this episode was too overhyped. I think, for as much as I love the fact that Gunn is, kind of talks to us as a fan base and is very forthright with us and whatnot. Yeah. I do think that he overhyped it. I think he needs to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Well,
and I say that with all the love and all the hugs.
Like the overhype for me, it would be overhyped in the, like I know 6, 7, 8 are going to be a real thing, but the problem with it, I don't think it was overhyped for even a more casual fan than us. Even someone who's really keeping track and knew about a lot of theories even going in. But man, going into this episode, it's a little bit on me as a viewer, but kind of not completely. Like the big reveal being, her saying that, have you seen any people of color in this whole time? Like that was noticed by the fans episodes ago.
Uh-huh.
We've been talking about this for weeks.
Yeah.
So like I've had a whole roller coaster of thoughts about it at this point. It's weeks that we've been going over this theory. I really just wanted that out of the way sooner than it got here. And I think the part that's not going to be on me as a viewer is I really do think they blew that early on by showing us the people in the background so thoroughly that the rumor was able to completely. It was the thing everyone thought was going to happen. Mm-hmm. It wasn't as big a reveal as I think it was expecting to be. So by the end of episodes, by the end of episode or mid through episode 6, I'm like, man, these are enjoyable scenes. They all need to be here. But cathartically, I've got to get this one thing out of the way before I can really let myself loose here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. There is a part of me that likes. There is a part of me that likes the dramatic irony of it, knowing it, and then like not being like, how does Chris not notice it? But like, here's the thing though, is like people do really just live their life like they are the main character.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you're just going about your day, you're like, you're excited. You got on your Peacemaker helmet. You're riding your badass motorcycle over to your girlfriend's house. Gonna pound her. You're just gonna go get a pizza. You got whatever it is you're doing. Like you're not like just like staring and being like, I haven't seen anyone black in a minute. Like you're not doing that. So
I mean, like Harcourt, not hardcore, puts it together. Like
I think that's her new code name. Yeah, honestly.
Like she puts it together, and good for her. Anyone can notice that he could have, he couldn't have. I wouldn't blame him either way. So like for me, it's not a continuity error at all.
No,
it's
I don't think
it's just a delivery error. Where with my expectations being who I am, keeping up like we are, I just needed that sooner than I got it.
Oh yeah, I understand. I kind of wish the season had moved a little faster than it did or it has.
Like 2 years from now, I think that's how we'll that's my anticipation of what we'll talk about on the season. Is like, man, a lot of fun. I do wish we got to the point on that a little bit faster.
And here's the thing that I'll say that I said before, and I think is really meeting out. And I saw someone, I think on Reddit, saying, by the way, I've sat down with my dad, my second watch, his first, and we watched all the episodes, all 6 episodes together. And it really flows so much better all at the same time. And I understand from a numbers perspective, you want to have that weekly drop to get people coming back to the platform. It does suck to put all this work into something and all this money, and then you put it out in one weekend and people binge it all in one week, and then it's forgotten the next week. It's not even on the top 10.
Yeah.
So I totally get it.
2 weeks later.
Yeah. Gunn has said that it works out
you
better.
You do it this way, you take up 2 months of space,
Right. Totally makes sense. But I think it might work better as a binge watch show. I really do.
I think it's probably true. Me and you've talked about this several times, that like certain shows that you liked or you didn't, vice versa. We'd run it by and be like, yeah, I got to watch all of it once. And we've found our own situations many times that we thought that was the difference. Yeah, I didn't have to really wait on it. I got to do all that at once, so that all just kind of flowed for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've been through that.
I think certain things really work better weekly and certain things don't. Certain things work better as a binge. I think Peacemaker's going to go, or this season of Peacemaker is going to go down as one of those that people who binge it have a better time with it. On the other hand, something like Severance, dear God, like if I watched that all at once, I'd be exhausted.
It is. I've done that. Like season 1 of Severance is... it's a haul, man. It changes your personality for a week if you try to binge that.
And my wife and I did on season 1, and it was like every day it was like a hangover.
Yeah, yeah.
We were just like, oh my God, I want to keep, or the closest I could imagine to doing cocaine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to keep going, but my body doesn't want to let me.
Yeah, yeah. You're experiencing like actual signs of addiction, like you're drinking against your will, effectively.
Right. Actually, you know what? I say I could tap into experience with Adderall.
Yeah,
it's like that. It's like you get this crash, and you're just like, I think I need more Adderall, but I can't. My heart won't take it.
Yeah, there's 2 wolves inside of me, and one of them wants to live.
Yeah. So I think that might be one of the things with this Peacemaker, and it doesn't help that we
hyper focused on our side.
Yeah, we just,
like in most anything I'm going to scroll down at this point is just going to be, Peacemaker trending one way or the other. Like it's taken over my algorithms right now. And God, it was feeding on the Superman ones. Like it just, this is what it wants to show. I spend my time weeding out and, getting away from a spoiler here and there, or getting away from a hypothesis that I don't feel like seeing right this second.
Yeah. And it's still, people are still, oh my God, this scene. It's not like people having known it was basically Earth X or anything is really taking away as much as you might think it would. Some people are acting like it is, but they're also like, before they'll be, I already knew it. And also the humor, I'm like, okay, you're just not a fan of what James Gunn does, and it's okay. Yeah. Just stop fucking watching. It's okay. Yeah. But for us who are sitting there going like, oh my God, like everything out of Vigilante's mouth is hilarious. I'm sitting there like laughing at this. One of the things that I am always a little bugged by in TV shows is like when they introduce a fantastical elements to characters who should have a bigger reaction to this fantastical element, like time travel or ghosts or something, and they just don't. Yeah. So like, I love the fact that they go to another universe, and upon realizing that their Peacemaker's dead brother is alive in that universe, like Economist is just like over here like dry heaving because it's too fucking weird. It's too weird. Like that shit is too funny to me. I'm like, yes, someone had an appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
To something that would be monumentally strange.
Well, and here's the fun part. It gives everyone else in the situation the opportunity to justify to you their blaseness.
Yeah.
Because they can turn to him and say, dude, you just have to deal with it, and justify it for you,
Or even just like, dude, you didn't know him. Like, why is this weird to you? Like,
yeah,
you work for Argus. That parallel reality.
The whole situation just ain't right.
Yeah. All right, so we have to talk about this.
Which part?
Lex.
There's
the Lex of it all.
Things. I mean, yeah, the Lex of it all is pretty great. Did you figure it out before he sat down?
No.
No, I didn't either. Good.
No,
good,
I was like, who would that be? He's got I'm thinking of like a character who has a cane canonically.
Yes.
Who would that was where and then not realizing that like, no, this motherfucker just got ate up by crypto.
So I saw the cane, and there's a part of me, you go down like Riddler Road for a second, and
Riddler Road.
But yeah, and then like as I'm sitting there going like, yeah, but he's injured, and about that time he's turned the corner, and then there's a part where I'm like, yeah, but he's injured, but he's kind of swole. Like, who is?
Yeah,
it's not really like a thin cane guy. It's kind of it's him.
Well, sadly, because of who I am, I saw a cane, and my immediate thought was Phil Hartman in News Radio from that one episode where he got a novelty cane and pissed Dave off.
Yeah.
Because he's walking around tapping it and using it to help people, to direct people around the building and shit. Yeah.
These are good bits.
And Dave steals the cane. We both know you took it. When you deny it, you insult not only me, but yourself, and of course, my cane. I know Joe Rogan and Andy Dick are both fuckholes, and it's gonna be that part is kind of tough to sit through, knowing who they became. But my God, News Radio should be watched just for the genius of Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
My God,
the Kane episode is one of those that still stands out to me, and I only watched it when I got around to it.
Yeah,
I think that was one of those that they'd probably re-air in the off periods more often than others.
I don't know if they re-aired it. It felt like an eternity in between airings of that episode, but also just almost anything with this character was just so good. It would be rough when we'd get to the 5th season, which wasn't even that bad. It was just, it didn't have Phil Hartman.
Right.
Anyway.
This guy. So, we did get more time. It was fun to see a darker version, as they pointed out on the podcast. He's cussing and everything.
Is there an episode for number 9 already up? I mean, number 6 already up? Because I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it comes out like 2 hours or an hour or so.
Fuck. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I wanted to watch it.
It's either later that night or like right in the morning. It was there when I went this morning though, to listen to it. But yeah, you get to see him here, and they described it as like, it's going to be a darker situation. Apparently, even kind of on set, he felt like it was a little bit darker. I think, you remember those mentions earlier when Gunn was like, don't worry about it. When you can tell, like when characters go from one universe to another universe, you can tell it's going to be a little bit different. I think this is the scene he was thinking about. He just very.
Well, no, when you say universe, you mean from one project to another, not
yeah.
Because we're literally dealing in a show that is where people are going to other universes.
Yeah, good clarification. Yeah.
Okay.
One show to another, one project. Yeah.
Okay.
So he hit that note a couple times where he said, like, I promise the tone is going to change. You're going to be able to do this thing this way and another thing another way, and you can literally see characters kind of go between these two things. You're going to like it, and. I think this might have been it, which it would have to be Lex's performance here, because I don't think Rick is really doing too much different. He's been himself the whole time.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's great, man, incredibly menacing, and this is probably one of the most impactful scenes so far as what's going to be in continuing DCU.
Oh yeah, I can see it happen. Look. I love that. I saw someone online were like, "What 200 and something year? Like, what did he do that was so bad?" And I'm like,
trying to kill everybody.
He endangered the entire Earth for one thing.
Almost
with his
killed
fucking portals.
The city.
He literally had a pocket universe where he was kidnapping people that displeased him.
Yeah. Oh, and I saw Gunn point this out recently. Those little cans or whatever in the little glass things. Yeah, no privacy. That was their toilet.
Yeah, that was their toilet.
You're not meant to come out or tell anyone about how bad this was. This is where you'll die.
Eugenic experimentation.
Yeah. Traitor. Forgot about that.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Total traitor to the country.
I don't know the actual meaning of the word sedition, but it feels strong enough to throw into this conversation.
Yeah, I don't think we really had to go further than almost killed everybody with a fucking quantum unfolding device.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna do it. That's really gonna do it.
And
plenty.
did not want to close the fucking portal when he could.
Yeah, that was all to bait Superman. And incidentally, we're talking about like a reverse Joker situation. How many lives could you have saved by killing the Joker? How many lives would you have taken by killing a Superman?
Yeah.
It's a lot of kittens that aren't getting out of trees, my man.
Mm-hmm. Man. Now, loved everything with Lex. I loved the deal that he struck.
Uh-huh.
I have a big question, though. Who is the bear-shaped dragon skin man fucking a twink with cartoon eyes, and who is the fucking twink with cartoon eyes?
I don't know on either occasion. Let me read that. That really was uncanny. Those were the words on screen while you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So listening to a bear-sized man with dragon skin, Croc,
butt fucking a glowing twink with cartoon eyes.
I don't know about cartoon eyes or glowing. Glowing would have made me think phosphorus, but he's just very much not twink stereotype.
Dude, everybody kept. I spent that is the bulk of the time that I spent preparing for this episode. I literally wrote down everyone's names because I was like, I know what the fuck they did in this episode. Mm-hmm. And then I went on a deep dive, digging around, trying to figure out what the fuck he was talking about in this. Look, here's what I came up with. Because people,
I'm very invested in who this couple is next door to.
Well, yes, and it wasn't like I was just. It wasn't initial.
This poor found family.
It wasn't an initial obsession. Mm-hmm. It was. I laughed and I immediately thought, "God, Killer Croc's getting him some."
Okay, so we went the same direction.
But then, everybody online, it keeps talking about how Killer Croc is fucking Dr. Phosphorus, and I was like, I'm pretty sure, based on the powers we saw him exhibit in Creature Commandos, that even Killer Croc's dick would melt.
Yeah, no, I don't think he is having any physical intimacy with anybody.
Also, Phosphorus said he hadn't been touched in 15 years. Dr. Phosphorus in no way is a twink.
No.
And
no,
I haven't seen. And he doesn't even have eyes, for fuck's sake.
That is not the man that's going to get picked in the lineup here. Or it shouldn't be. We need to get more creative about this. But cartoon eyes is where I don't know what to do with that.
I saw some people say Intrigan and Clarion.
Okay, Clarion is exactly the next person I went to, though. Okay. Right,
I laughed, and then I thought, no way are those two fucking magical pieces of shit.
Well, Clarion doesn't glow.
No, he doesn't glow.
Also, there's no way you've got him in a cell next to Killer Croc. You can't keep both of those in the same cell.
Well, it wouldn't have to be next to Killer Croc if the man with dragon skin was Intrigan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you could just have a magic kind of cell.
Right.
But he doesn't have dragon skin. He's got demon skin.
He does have dragon skin. He has scaly skin.
I don't think of it as scaly.
You could fuck with that in that description a little bit.
You could, but I wouldn't do it for this particular reference.
I wouldn't put it past Waller to have some sort of medallion or some sort of magical artifact that would keep those two there.
Yeah, and I would, for convenience, throw them in the same pile. I wouldn't want two of the artifacts.
But I don't think so. I'll tell you what I think is Killer Croc. And yes, I did think of the Dragon King from the Golden Age. I did think of the Dragon King, and I did try to look around and see if Dragon King had what might be perceived as a twinkish sidekick with cartoon eyes. Mm-hmm. I did not find anything on that. The best I could find for a sidekick for Dragon King was his daughter. Don't think that's where they're going with it. So where I landed was Killer Croc and Weasel.
No glowing.
And he doesn't glow. You're right. Or Killer Croc and Rubber Duck. But again, no glowing.
It's the glowing that keeps getting me.
I gotta think. Well, look, Rubber Duck doesn't glow, but he was hit by a meteor.
Yeah.
That is how he got his powers. We didn't see him glow in the one shot, but he was in Creature Commandos. We know he's in Belle Reve.
I mean, I don't know. There's a part of me, somebody like Cheshire, just from the cartoon eyes, but I can't get. But that doesn't fit for any number of other reasons. And
I know.
On top of that, that's a mask.
There's nothing that fits 100%.
There isn't. Which makes me think the whole thing is probably whole cloth.
Yeah, it's probably just
my actual bet is that's whole cloth.
Yeah, it's just a whole cloth joke.
Yeah.
But if I had to guess, I think Killer Croc and Rubber Duck are my best guess.
I feel very sure about Killer Croc, and the other ones, I think I'd have to go with you just out of default. I wouldn't really. I mean, it like on trivia night when you're like, I have no fucking idea. Whatever your ad is, write it down. That's Rubber Duck sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel great about it.
It's better than what I've got. I've got nothing. The rest of them just don't fit. I can't get glowing and cartoon eyes at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. What's worse is I just keep thinking about Christopher Lloyd from Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So all right. So let me bounce to some other scenes, if you don't mind.
No, I don't have anything.
So the Gunn and them also took time to go over. All right. So when I say that, like, I enjoyed every scene, just not the episode on the whole. I mean, like, I really do mean that all of the scenes need to be there. I just wish we'd gotten the one thing out of the way so I could have enjoyed it more. Including and especially Harcourt and Chris talking in the lounge here.
Mm-hmm. Gunn's favorite scene of the season.
Yeah, and I don't blame him a bit. Look, incredibly well written, incredibly well performed. They had a great time, and I think most of the show. This was another one of the conversations that I really needed to happen in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they go right up against what happened on the boat. And, we kind of talk about it a lot more openly now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing they do in this conversation that I absolutely fucking love. A choice that was made where, like, she never gives him... He keeps pushing for basically, tell me you love me and I'll come back. And she doesn't want to make it on those terms.
Yeah.
I came here. That has to be enough. Now get the fuck back.
Right.
We'll talk about everything else after. But I'm not even going to tell you that right now. This gesture should be enough. Fucking are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I loved that choice.
Yeah. She killed it too.
She really did. They were right to fawn over. It was a great scene.
It was really great. Yeah.
And it's such a kind of Gunnism at the end of it when he's saying like, I don't hate you. And I know, I know that, I don't hate you. It takes a second to put together how many knows in that sentence, but it's such a Gunnism kind of like, it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit more relatable. It deflates the scene in a way that's a little bit funny for the viewer, but it makes them feel even tighter.
Mm-hmm.
He has a gift for those moments.
Yeah.
There's another.
It just is, and look, yes, all props to her, to Jen Holland for that scene, but I have not seen enough praise heaped onto the pro wrestler that is John Cena. When he's like yells at her for like taking him down, and she's like, "That bitch had a gun to your head. She was about to shoot you. That I did what I did to save you." Like his immediate regret.
Yeah.
And realizing like, oh, and then she's like, "And you should have known that that's what." Yeah. Oh, you're right. Like,
yeah,
dude, he killed that shit.
Yeah. He destroys every second of this fucking thing. It's perfect. There's not a flaw. I would never have expected that out of him. He has gotten so much praise this season. And like this season, this particular scene, I think Jennifer Holland just did so fucking well. They didn't have time. But this is among those scenes that I think Gunn has been just fawning over the whole time about like, you don't understand how much better John Cena got.
Mm-hmm.
Even between like 3 years ago and now, like, y'all don't understand what he's done. Yeah, I completely agreed a couple episodes ago. By now, it's just off the charts.
Yeah.
Never expected this much out of him.
It's crazy. Did you feel bad for Flurry this episode?
Deeply. They're making me love him too. Another good, another thing Gunn's great at.
Or like Flag is like, just give me a second, and like Flurry sits down and just keeps like, you poor bastard, you're about to get it so bad. Oh. Like, leave the room, man, leave the room. Oh,
I almost don't want to spoil this for you, but there was a. So you saw the deleted scene here. It was a little bit of improv. Back between Holland and Denham. The other deleted scene that they had to choose from was basically him coming back into the room after he's told to leave.
Do they show that on the podcast? I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah. They don't show it, but they talk about they talk about a couple of the things he did. You're gonna love that part.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They said it was a tough choice. Honestly, I don't know why. They both sound so great. It's already an extra credit scene. Can you just throw it in?
Right.
Just give me both. Like they're both non-canon-ish kind of. Maybe you'll use it if you ever feel like it, but we can all agree this is for fun. Just throw them both in. It's fine.
Yeah. I feel like we would be remiss to not speak of Adrian's mom.
Oh God, yes. Something else, by the way.
Oh.
This is 2 weeks in a row that this show has triggered nightmare fucking feelings for me. Mm-hmm. The way she won't shut up. Mm-hmm. Like, oh Christ. Oh my God. I understood everything about who Adrian is for that minute, man. It really felt like when you're in a dream and you're just trying to run and you can't get traction on the ground.
Well, I mean, she is him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for him.
Yeah.
Like, this is the way he acts with Peacemaker.
Yeah. Oh, it was a rough scene. Funny as shit. It was a rough fucking scene.
Yeah, I knew he was like, oh yeah, you must. Oh yeah, it's nice that you can still be after the breakup. Oh my God, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Yeah. That was bad.
So I can't, I got to tell her certain things because, she can't know that I'm what I really do when I'm being a superhero. So you tell her I'm a slut. Yeah.
There's even, I do this sometimes in my head where in my head, I kind of think all right, here's what I would maybe try to say. But in his case, so sometimes you do it for a character. You're like, okay, this is what he's really thinking. I wonder if he'll say it out loud. In that case, I really I wished Adrian had just been like, I'll be honest, sometimes I just need her to get off my back, so I lied about us having a relationship. I'm sorry. It'd probably be fine if he just said that. She would, it would be just as embarrassing as it just was, but she'd let him off the hook real fast, Especially after they all walk in there a few minutes later and all seem to leave about $40,000 richer.
Yeah. I love that. I hope that comes back. I hope they do something with that money. I hope somebody actually winds up doing something with all that money.
Oh, God, yeah. Eagly's going to distribute it to his friends. Bunch of coked up Eagles dropping fucking $10,000 bills on people.
Not unless it's pimento loaf, dude.
Yeah.
Damn, it's a nasty lunch meat, if you can call it that.
Yeah. It's
whatever it is that he was eating, is that what it is?
I think you have it right. It's the kind of
bologna with olives in it. Ugh.
I'm a big fan of I'll take a bite of just about anything just to see. I don't think I've ever gone out of my way for that one.
Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, I can do bologna or bologna.
Oh, I mean, a good bologna can be done with some real aplomb if you wanted to. That's
no aplomb.
Yeah. No, I can.
It has to very specifically be a certain thing with me.
No, I can go in confident with the bologna and really knock it out of the way.
It's like 2 pieces of the thinner one, 2 pieces on a piece of white bread with mayonnaise, some mustard, and a piece of Kraft fake ass cheese.
Yeah, you can't have real cheese.
No, you can't have real cheese, and you got to have cheese puffs.
Yeah. The very important thing about a couple of foods that people get this wrong all the time. Quick cooking tip. There are certain foods that you should never elevate. You need to stay where they are, meet them where they're at, and bologna is one of them.
Right.
You're going to try to elevate it. You're going to go chasing waterfalls, and guess what's going to happen there? There's a song about it.
There is a song about it, but I don't remember how the rest of it goes.
I don't remember. It was a metaphor for things going badly. It was an Icarus kind of situation.
Stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to,
exactly.
Motherfucker. I think that's what that was.
Yeah.
I always go
Stick to the Kraft cheese slices that you're used to.
You know what I do?
Cheese spelled CHEEZ.
I do. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the 7-digit number you're used to. I go right to Weird Al. Phony calls.
Yeah.
Don't go making phony calls. Off bad hair day.
what a classic.
Classic album.
An absolute
Such a
gem.
good fucking album.
We're gonna end up putting Yankovic on that. Whatever, well, you know that Rushmore people use of like Bob Ross and Irwin gets there a lot of times, and what's his name? Neighbor dude. Won't you be my neighbor? Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah, couldn't remember his name for a second there. But like, I think we're gonna end up putting Weird Al on that panel at some point of just great guys. We were happy they were here.
Yeah.
I nominate him for sainthood in the Church of Secular Coolisms.
I was suggested a user on Threads. I assume a younger woman, maybe in her 30s or 20s, who knows. But she said, "Why is it that every man I meet who's in his 40s has very strong opinions on Weird Al Yankovic?"
There's a real reason for this. And it is because he did something very unique at a time where for a minute there he was inescapable.
And then he's only gotten better.
And he stuck around and made a name for himself otherwise. Yeah.
That's the other thing. And you know what? I've watched that VH1 Behind the Music on Weird Al. And he's right. He's complained that every time he puts out a new album, and he's the only one who they do this to, he puts out an album like every 3 years, 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. And every time he puts out a new album, they go, "It's his comeback." Like, fuck you. No, it's not. Like, every album I make makes a lot of money. It's like I've had 25 comeback albums. No, it's just not what y'all are saying it is.
Did he ever just put an album called They Call It a Comeback?
I don't think so.
It was just,
but give
him time.
You know, several years ago now, 2014, actually about 10 years ago, roughly when we started this show, he finally got out from underneath his contract that he started in the 80s or whatever, and just started putting out music videos on YouTube as a countdown to his new album.
Nice.
That he did. And he was getting millions of views. He was doing really good. You know, he did that Happy parody, Tacky, I think it was called.
Oh yeah,
remember that with Pharrell there? Yeah, I'd have to go back and remind myself of all those. But I remember watching every one of those videos and going, "Damn, he still got it.
Yeah, he's still
killing it.
Yeah, they're just really. If you're a certain age, he was inescapable for a second. You just can't help but have an opinion of him. It would be like not having an opinion of a president. If you were alive for it, you were there. That's all there is to it.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh man, he's that guy. Everyone likes to go, oh yeah, he's that guy that does fake versions of real songs, silly versions of real songs.
Yeah.
But if you actually bother to pick up his albums and listen, there are a few. I believe they're called filks. There are a few parodies. Mm-hmm. But he's also got some really, really fucking solid original songs.
I don't think I've ever
that are funnier.
Oh yeah, original novelty, yes.
Yeah.
Not sound like novelty.
Right. No. But then also,
there's just the polka.
Then the
that's 25% of the catalog is just polka.
Right. There's a polka song on every song. There's a polka medley of pop songs on every album.
Gotcha.
And they generally ruin those songs for me because I'm over here
hard to get out of your head after that.
I got 9 Inch Nails going I want to fuck you like an animal.
Yeah.
And I got to sing it fast like Weird Al though.
Yeah.
I want to feel you from the inside.
Yeah.
I want to fuck you like an animal. And then it goes into some fucking REM or some shit.
Yep.
Whatever next was next in the medley. Anyway, so what the hell were we talking about?
I don't know.
Good Lord.
If you want to really swap, I can. Just because it got to the scene here where.
Oh wait, sorry. That was the other thing. Uh-huh. If you mess around enough, if you start to fuck around and start to pay attention to who Weird Al's friends are,
there we go. Mm-hmm.
You will find on other albums, serious albums that are not funny, he's doing backup vocals. He's doing guitar work. He's doing he actually is a real musician.
Oh yeah.
And he fucks with real musicians, and he can play with his voice, dude. Don't don't sleep on Weird Al.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
he's a
Now,
genuine performer.
Back to Peacemaker. What you got?
We just got to the scene where where Vigilante's like dabbing Economos' back. Bless their fucking hearts, man. Real hard to watch this. There's a part of me that kind of understands why Vigilante has a full body costume after this. Mm-hmm. Because apparently the motherfucker's just been doing like civil forfeiture in his own fucking basement this entire time. Mm-hmm. Or civil asset, whatever the fucking asset forfeiture asset thing is. He's been doing that in his basement and just taking all the drugs. Like,
can't flush them because of the crocodiles.
You can't, obviously, because of the crocodiles. Two of my fucking favorite lines this episode. Out of Vigilante, if they've got manta rays and crows, I'm good. That fucking, I had to stop and laugh out loud for that one. The other one though, really did have to pause the episode for. I'm not in. I'm just incredibly susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you sent me that one.
I wanted to send you that one as soon as I heard it. I just knew you were about to watch the episode. I didn't know if you had. I didn't want to. I didn't want to ruin that one for you. I loved that one. It's the thing he's been meaning to say for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
The thing that's been glaringly true to everyone but him for several now.
Mm-hmm. Man, you know what? I was really excited about that rubber duck thing, and it's gonna plague me because you're right. He didn't fucking glow.
Yeah. Yeah, still no glow.
I feel like a fucking fool.
I don't think there's an answer. Not a real one. Oh, there's an actual Beatles thing in here. I should actually say something. For God's sake, I have an excuse for once.
I know. I'm so shocked that we've made it so far, over an hour and 15 minutes into this podcast, that you bringing this up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like there's a lot to it. It was just, it's a funny reference that they brought that in. He brings it up in the podcast, like they briefly kind of bring up like, hey, this was funny to do, and then they kind of go over history of Halloween. I don't think I've even heard of the band Halloween. And that's a period of rock history where I really do know a couple things. And like, they're not even, I don't even think I've run across the fucking name on a list somewhere, man. Mm-hmm. Like, not even just a vague sense of the idea that might have existed. Nothing. Mm-hmm. So now obviously I have to go listen to the entire catalog.
Sure.
Class. I mean, that wasn't a bad song I was hearing in the background there. But just a funny thing. I don't think it was particularly meaningful to like swap out Lennon for Jagger.
Really?
I don't think it meant anything in particular to grab him or for it to be Jagger. And like technically, I guess it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, there is like, people say, and I don't know how true it is, that he was secretly Jewish, like in ethnicity.
Lennon?
John Lennon. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I know he was raised as Anglican and whatever.
You know, I don't.
Right. Or Anglican. How do you say that?
Anglican.
Anglican?
Oh,
God.
But his religious stuff wasn't particularly heavy on him. And I don't remember at any point in my readings of Lennon histories trying to specifically look for any kind of history, but I don't remember running across any. Like, I don't think he has any actual Jewish heritage whatsoever.
He made fun of Brian Epstein for being Jewish. Like, he had some anti-Semitic tendencies.
But, I mean, not even actual anti-Semitic tendencies. He just sort of teased him for being Jewish and gay the way he teased it. Like, for him, he teased them because those were the obvious low-hanging fruit, and he teased him. Mm-hmm. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, he would tease him about it, but if you actually said anything about it, he would jump to get in the way. Like, it was a you can make fun of him, or I can make fun of him, but you can't kind of thing for him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's anything in there.
I mean, it really might have just been like a little funny, like, oh yeah, Mick Jagger instead of John Lennon.
Honestly, the one thing that did occur to me is, if anything, it would be funny to not make it Ringo, because everyone, the typical joke would be that you can replace Ringo, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if anything, I thought if they were going to grab a rando, they would make sure it was John or Paul.
Yeah, I think Ringo's stepfather was Jewish.
Maybe. Again, seriously, I've read the entire fucking Mark Lewison history. Was never deliberately looking for whether there was any of this history, so it doesn't stand out at all. But
right,
I really don't think there's anything there. There's just a bunch of deeply Anglican kids.
All right.
Like, I'm trying to remember what they actually. I don't remember. I just genuinely don't remember anything past like their grandparents anyway. But I think I want to say like the history that I do remember of it was I don't think anyone's actual grandparents out of Liverpool came from anything farther than like Scotland as far as actual traveling. But that being said, I don't know that, and I don't remember any of the last names changing to anything that was super indicative. Like I don't remember like a Grandpa Leibowitz or anything that would be particularly telling here.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like over the years, I've heard rumblings, and I've heard rumblings the last, I don't know, whatever day.
Ooh,
about like, it was a reference to the fact that John Lennon was secretly a Jew.
No. I didn't even think about this. It's more obvious than that. He was the most outspoken.
Oh, yeah, that too.
He was the fucking peacenik out of him. But they were saying that like the Beatles formed at a time where Mick Jagger, if they were doing that, there has to be a whole history where there was like a budding Rolling Stones and a budding, Beatles, and then someone, had swapped them right at the time when it would have been good to do so to get rid of Lennon, who I guess was being uppity already. I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be hard. Actually, I'd be a hard timeline to build.
If all the Nazi stuff kept John Lennon from being in the Beatles, but that would seem to indicate that it's at least global.
It would, but I mean, let's be real though. If that said the American century, and this is truly a situation where we just have all black people on like, there's no Beatles because there was never any black music. Like that, none of that matters anyway.
Yeah. That's fair too. Yeah,
we didn't get the blues or jazz. I don't know what we're even doing with this. Like they're.
Well, no, we put them in camps and we steal their music.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to work the same.
It might not.
It
might, though. It's an interesting exercise. They also didn't play any Beatles. Like, we don't know what that version of the Beatles sounds like. No. So it might be like the most white fucking bread thing you've ever imagined.
Yeah. I mean, a whole spectrum off of them. Like, obviously, their influences came from whatever they were into at the moment. And some of those moments were, all over the place. So, like, you're going to get something that's basically a vaudeville stage play and then flip a track and it's a blues track, just a straight up blues track.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you know, they're going to mess around with recording techniques and invent some psychedelia. I mean, that'll be 3 tracks off one side of one album. Mm-hmm. I'm specifically talking about a piece of the White Album. Like, you don't fucking know what you're going to get there, but none of it would matter. None of it would matter if we didn't at least have some of like the early fucking early transitions from swing music to band and jazz and just all this, like the early history of rock. None of it would matter. None of it would matter.
Yeah. I imagine you can't really get too deep into the weeds on that.
No.
On a project like Peacemaker. That's not the story you're telling.
No.
You don't want to do a documentary on Earth X.
No. He's already told us.
I would love to see it.
Oh, yeah, to have a great time. But he's already told us that there's basically like a 3-part episodes worth of, especially at this length, 3-part episodes worth of stories about the helmets themselves. Mm-hmm. We don't have time to go over music history, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they went out of their way to give us that part.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's a good show.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you. I enjoyed it. I don't know.
It was a great show.
I don't know.
I feel like I could flip through and grab a couple more. But like, I mean, just a quick thing about how we've left it. So one thing the show did very well at the end of it that I deeply enjoyed was like, once the stakes get raised, everything goes very fast. Like, Economos gets a paring knife to the hand,
and
the next thing you know, the entire fucking thing's unraveled. Their Chris Prime is dead. Chris X, I guess we'll call him from now on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like he gives the whole thing up right there. Those 2 are arrested. Adebayo's running for her life. Like, once we got started, we get to a point where like now I'm a little nervous because I've only got 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. That might be a regret if I feel like these last 2 episodes had a lot more story to tell and we didn't get to it. Then I feel like I will end up thinking like, oh man, season 2, I think I would have moved this marker forward and done more with this area. I don't know how that'll end yet though.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I already agree that in binge format, I would have no problems like what I'm experiencing right now.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, really, experiencing it week to week is as it comes out, is the last time anyone will have to have that experience. For the rest of eternity, for as long as these things exist, it will be in a bingeable format.
Yeah.
So,
and for us, there's it is what it is. We can't have it the other way. I'd have to turn off the internet to be able to watch the show and not worry about that kind of crap.
I mean, I don't have 8 episodes in me at one time.
I could make room for the 8 episodes, especially if I kind of banked some time and did some other productive things to make some space. I could make some time in my life for that, even the emotional time to sit down and do the 8. But, I really would have to just give up the internet for about a good couple months there. I can't mute enough words to be able to use the internet and go through everything Peacemaker's doing without getting spoiled.
Yeah. It is fun to dissect it a little bit, though. It is.
It's the kind of thing where, like, I don't even mind the lack of enjoyment that I felt like on that last episode. Mm-hmm. I'm still having fun with the show, and I kind of know where that's coming from. For me, this is more like academic, that I didn't enjoy that a certain way.
Oh, man. Let me tell you this. I laughed at the end when he picks up that flag off that desk and unfurls it to see the swastika. Mm-hmm. I said, every time this motherfucker goes to Argus, he gets some bad news from a flag.
Oh, that's a fucking banger, sir. I nominate we end on that. I don't have anything to contribute that could possibly do better.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to DC on Screen. And patreon.com/DC on Screen if you want to check out the episodes that are ad free. You can join for free, be a part of the community, and for $5 a month. The ad free episodes are $1 a month, but if you want everything, including the extra episodes that occasionally happen that are exclusive to Patreon. God, I'm just really struggling through this.
I think we arguably recorded one of those before this episode started anyway.
Did we? I don't know. But yeah. Oh, well, you mean one of the exclusives. I thought you meant like a pitch.
No.
No. All right.
I don't have the energy
Fuck
for that
it.
shit.
Let's go. Look, yeah, I actually will. You know what? I'll put the warm up. I'll see if we've got a warm up in that and throw it up on Patreon. Regurgitate it onto Patreon as an exclusive. Mm-hmm. So lucky you, $5 patrons.
Happens that
fast. But I feel like we had a little mini comic castaways in this episode too, talking about Rubber Duck and the Zoo Crew just a little bit.
True. Yeah.
Or of the Zoo Crew. We didn't really talk about the Zoo Crew.
No. That we normally get the book out for that kind of thing, which we should do again soon.
We do, and we should. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, at the very least. I don't think we'll do a news episode this week because it's my birthday, and I'm going down to Montgomery for that. So no time for that. Mm-hmm. No time for love, Dr. Jones.
It's playing in the background. I totally thought Harcourt was about to beat the shit out of those agents in the lobby.
I wanted her to.
I thought she was going to snap and just... I thought she was maybe about to hand him the globe and say, I'm sorry, you should make sure this doesn't get hurt. And then just go absolutely crazy on these bastards.
Yeah. By the way, my God, the amount of... Sorry, I'm going back into the episode, but...
Hey, we're doing a stinger too. It's cool.
I don't know. The amount of anxiety that I wound up having because of all the cocaine on their clothes.
Oh, I forgot about I had a ton of anxiety about that too. That's what I was saying. I realized why I had a full costume.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there just ants in my eyes Johnson over here.
Yeah, I'd be at the nearest alternate universe hospital immediately.
I'm like, does this quantum unfolding chamber have some sort of sonic shower,
Yeah.
some sort of like dust blower. Like, please get that shit off of you.
Yeah, there was a moment where I was like, what do you do, though? You can't shower. That will make it more soluble. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
What
That's why I
would
said
you-
a sonic shower.
Yeah, what do you even do for that? I don't know. Either. Not a clue.
Oof. It's just, it makes my skin crawl just thinking about it.
I have here's a quick thing for anyone who's, all right, so we got 2 episodes left, and he changes the intro to every episode a little bit, right? He changes the intro song.
I've heard that he does. I haven't noticed it.
I want to do a side-by-side at some point, or at least go find someone else's YouTube video who's done it for me. But if anyone's curious, go watch for this. I forget exactly where it is in the dance. It's right before Augie does his big number where he jumps before and the blue wizard takes his thing off and reveals that he's Augie. So there's this spot where it's alternate hardcore and those two, David Denham and what's his name? But anyway, if you're curious, I think it's funny every time. Go back and watch that bit and watch Denham's lips very closely while he's doing that dance. You will see him do 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, you showed me that shit.
Cracks me up every fucking time.
I had to get close.
It's there.
I'm old.
That episode was actually up later, and I showed Christian real quick. He's like, "Oh shit, he is." Yeah, there he is. Oh, and one quick sidebar: Spider-Man exists in the DC universe.
As far as the
DC
meme,
Naziverse.
yeah, he's a comic book.
Yeah. I mean, the comic book version of Spider-Man exists in that.
Well, he exists in both universes because the other Peacemaker, the other vigilante knew what he was talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a good point. All right, so both universes have the Spider-Man meme, which means that the Spider-Man must exist in a comic book form. We don't have to say that Marvel Comics exists necessarily, or even what kind of thing Spider-Man could have been made by somebody. Whatever. Independent.
Yeah, you can do that. I was just talking about that with Matt on Star Trek Universe. They've done it in DC Comics, where it was like at one point the story was that you're like, oh, well, they did it where Silver Age Flash became the Flash because his childhood hero was the comic book version of the Flash that was Jay Garrick. And then it turned out that like the person who wrote those comics was like channeling the fucking other Earth. And it was a real place. Star Trek is doing a thing kind of where they've been Strange New Worlds referenced Doctor Who a few times this year. Like we now have had a character say that she used to run around with a time traveling doctor. We saw a TARDIS in one episode, and it was a thing Russell T Davies was trying to get together back when they did Enterprise back in.
You talking about that? That was
he was trying to get that off the ground.
They went down that avenue, couldn't get it done.
Right, couldn't get it done because Enterprise got canceled. But when Russell T Davies was running Doctor Who just recently, he had Ncuti Gatwa's version of the Doctor and his companion, and the companion said something like, "Oh, like a transporter on Star Trek," and he goes, "We'll have to visit them sometime." So, like, it is Star Trek is a fictional universe on Doctor Who, but sci-fi magic, they can jump universes to where it's real, and I would say the same thing could be done here. Just in the future for anyone who's just like looking forward to when they announce that Marvel versus DC live action crossover that I assume they'll eventually get to when all the money starts drying up. And somebody's going to be like, wait, they're fictional characters. No. You can do that.
Honestly, you could let both universes die from lack of sales. Wait 5 whole years. Bring back a few players from both. Make $3 billion at the time, 4 if inflation cooperates, and kill everything that's ever been in the box office. Call it a day.
It'd be great. It'd be like the greatest send off to superhero movies ever.
And then just close the genre down for the night and leave the keys on the mat under the mat. Yeah. You're done, man. It's over.
Give it 20 years. Give it 20 years till everyone's sick of law firm movies like we had in the 90s.
Right.
Fucking Jurassic Park sequels.
God,
and whatever else.
A lot of fucking depositions in the 90s.
Like 800 fucking Fortnite movies that I assume are coming at some point.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was today I saw on Reddit someone said, do most of us just have Suicide Squad, the 2016 Suicide Squad in our top 10 worst comic book movies list? And I was like, Jesus Christ. If Suicide Squad is in your top 10 worst comic book movies of all time, there are a lot of comic book movies you've either forgotten or have never seen.
Yeah. Either you're only following the Marvel Universe and the few DC films that you've seen, or vice versa. But like you're just following the major production value stuff here. And but I say that meaning you didn't get around to Madam Web, did you?
Oh, I didn't.
Well, this hypothetical person as well, though. Like it.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Have you gone back for the Justice League? Straight to TV one that hit.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we got a couple.
Well, that's a pilot. That's a pilot. We're not going to count that one. But
fine. We'll pull it back a notch to Jonah Hex if you want to.
But you could do a Jonah Hex. You can do a Halle Berry Catwoman. You could do a Ben
it's
Affleck
a fucking
Daredevil.
Razzie classic. Yes.
You can
Razzie. Yeah.
Can I interest you in a 1970s Captain America, my good man?
God damn right you can. All of which I really do want to do for the Patreon thing, like a series of just the awful ones.
Like I think I could scrounge up a couple of Swamp Things.
Yeah. My God, yes.
Adrian Barbeau notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Or Heather Locklear, to be fair.
Yeah. And we're talking about movies that weren't that there were I could probably grab you 10 that are just the category of so bad they're not even good yet.
Like I think
where they don't come back around,
randomly stumbled upon a 1992 Captain America that was worse than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
There's so many.
No,
there's just so many.
For all of its many flaws, that is a charismatic cast with some genuinely great scenes, independently good scenes. I don't care what the fuck you put them in. You grab that scene, you watch it, it's going to be good. And it's a coherent film. I'm not saying it all ties together as much as you want it to, but it goes from point A to Z and it gets you there. That's enough to get it off the not top or lower 10 list.
Yeah, it's like, perfectly reasonably mid movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I enjoyed for the most part. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't a reason to cancel a universe, is all I'm saying.
That was not. That was uncalled for.
Well, I mean, it wasn't the reason. They struck it out for a while. Yeah. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there and be like, am I crazy here? Because I remember a lot of bad superhero movies. Elektra, for fuck's sake.
God,
can we talk about,
someone say
Eyes
Elektra.
of the Silver Surfer?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, look, there are people that would say Elektra and Daredevil would be in there before you'd put it as Suicide Squad.
I did bring up that Daredevil, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm even sorry to Guillermo del Toro. All 3 Blade movies. Fuck it. All 3 Blade movies are worse than that movie.
I don't know. And I have been curious about this because somewhere I saw someone's little essay about Blade 2 is genuinely possibly one of the best proto superhero movies. It's like, okay. I've been curious about watching the Blade series for a while now. I'll go back for it. I'll take a look. Let's see what happens.
Let me say this.
I don't remember a damn thing about 2. I remember some of 3.
I might get shit for saying that they were worse than Suicide Squad. I do like all 3 of those movies.
That's fair.
But I also like Suicide Squad.
But you have them straight in the mediocre middle gray area altogether. So it's a soup of medium.
I'm not saying Blade didn't, bring comic book movies back. Like,
true.
Deserves all the props for some of the shit it did. It was a big deal at the time. Had that Matrix look to it that everyone in that time frame really got into. And Wesley Snipes was cool, and Chris Christopherson was fucking cool, and everybody was fucking cool. It was good shit. It was just, we're living in a post Avengers Endgame universe, and I don't know.
I think the Blade movies did well enough for the time. They did everything they were supposed to, and they helped. They were the giants we stand upon today.
Yeah, and I will say this: if it had not been for Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, Viola Davis's Amanda Waller, and fucking Rick Flag Jr.
No,
I can't remember that guy's name.
Joel Kinnaman.
Yep. Joel Kinnaman. If it hadn't been for those 3, but you know what? Boomerang was he was banger
Will
too.
Smith
in
was
that
amazing.
Movie. I'm not arguing. I'm just not mentioning him.
Yeah. I mean, like, the cast altogether, like, I've gone back and watched the scene where one of the scenes I was saying is just genuinely that good. Is like when they give Deadshot all the weapons, he does all the shooting range stuff, and he goes back and does the thing where he's, I'm not talking, I'm talking to your boss. That's fucking great. I love that fucking scene. It's great. It's funny. Kinnaman even it's hilarious in it. Actually, his little yeah. The chemistry was any movie you pick. I think that's a good scene.
Yeah, it's all right.
Just don't. Yeah, it's hard to believe that some of that's not salvageable. Anyway.
I'm not saying it's not salvageable. I'm just saying like okay. So what I was specifically saying is like, yes, Boomerang and Margot Robbie and fucking Waller, really elevate that movie.
And fan favorite Slipknot.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't feel like Will Smith elevates that movie. Will Smith is Will Smith in that movie.
He is, but they picked him for a reason, and it works for a reason.
And that is a reason. That is a will and a reason that I abandoned in the early 2000s, and I was happy to.
That's fine.
I never needed to see Will Smith again.
Yep.
I'm tired of his shtick and has been for fucking decades now.
No, but you bring up a good point. I think this is why he has persisted like he has. He does himself, and if he doesn't overdo it, we don't get overtired of him. He just sort of comes and goes.
Uh-huh.
When he pops in, occasionally and plays himself in something, and it's a little bit high profile, and everyone's really excited, and then he can just sort of pull out for a little while and come back. And doing so, he's stuck around for 25 years. And there are exceptions because he's got genuinely great acting credits on movies that I have typically not given a shit about.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's done some good, Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Killed it. He's done good
Amazing
work.
fucking work and stuff that I was not watching. So when I've seen
that's the kind of Will Smith stuff I will go back for, by the way. But like the blockbuster bullshit, like I just don't ever need to see him do that again. I've seen it. I saw it in Independence Day. I saw it in Men in Black. I'm good.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When he hits the high watermarks here, as far as sales goes, what like the big tentpole movies, he's just doing his shtick. And as long as he only does that once every like 5, 6, 7 years, we're good. So when I saw it here in Suicide Squad, I was due a Will Smith shtick, and it worked out fine.
Yeah. I wasn't. I think I even remember like going like, that was a fantastic fucking trailer. What I didn't need was Will Smith being like, well, some kind of Suicide Squad. I'm like, okay.
I don't know. It's the Will I grew to know and love. I mean, like him going like, that's how I cut and run. Like, it's exactly how Will Smith would do that role in any fucking movie Will Smith was in, no matter who was directing it.
Yeah.
That's how he says that line. And it worked great there. Like, I was good with it. Like even the one I was talking about with the scene where he's going after Rick Jr. there, and it would not matter who you put behind. Orson Welles could be behind that fucking camera, and Will Smith is going to do that fucking scene that way. But it was perfect for that scene.
Yeah, I guess
it worked for me.
I mean, I'm glad it worked for
Sorry
you.
you hated it. Jesus fucking Christ.
No. I didn't hate it. I just don't like Will Smith very much anymore.
Remember when you took it out, burned your copy of the DVD because of the scene?
I remember us making fun of someone who did that to something.
Yeah. Who was that? Well, I can't remember what movie it was.
I think it was Justice League.
Was it? Oh, God. Yeah.
I think it was Justice League. Yeah.
I had a friend in...
and we were like, you dumb fuck, you bought the thing.
Yeah, it's the George Harrison thing about, well, just going to buy him again, won't they? I watched a girl when I was in junior high. She went through I think she literally went to a vacation Bible school or a revival. So she was having a revivalist moment. And she burned all the CDs that she didn't think were in line. And one of them was like the Smash Mouth CD.
Oh, which one?
Like the one. The only one that was on every shelf that I remember for a while. It was
so there was Fushu Mang, which had Walking on the Sun, but then there was Astro Lounge, which had like all the things that everyone always brings up when they bring up Smash Mouth.
I'm gonna assume it's that one.
So Astro Lounge, they had fucking All Star and all those like
even at
Trek
that time, I was not versed enough to know which one she was talking about.
Well, like their first actual album, Fuss You Mang, with Walking on the Sun, was actually a fucking pretty decent fucking ska album. It was good.
It probably wasn't that. I'm guessing.
Astro Lounge was okay.
This was like 97, 98. It was probably the big hit one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which Astro Lounge was like, it was okay, but there was clearly a shift.
Yeah. Have I showed you this trick? Do this to somebody. Go write in lowercase, write SOME, and then in uppercase, write BODY, just as one word, and just leave the sheet of paper and just hand it over to somebody. If they're the right age, they will read it as somebody.
Yeah.
And it's over.
Yeah.
I have given that to somebody, and I've given them a sticky note to someone of that and literally just had them look at it, look down, hand it back to me, and go, fuck you. It worked great.
Yep.
But you want to actually end it? We forgot.
Yes.
We forgot to.
I think so. Hey, thanks for listening. Until next time, when we'll be talking about whatever the next episode of Peacemaker is, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.